Hello there. If you've been watching the White Fox videos coming out recently, this probably feels eerily familiar. Uh, they're letting me play on their world just because it's related to the video that they made. Go check that out. Because, yeah. So, they were having trouble getting across the points they were trying to make with this video, so they handed it over to me. So, hi, I'm Black Fox if you're new here. And if you're coming from the White Fox channel after the most recent update video from them, um, I play mostly adult targeted video games, uh, in opposition to, White Fox, who plays games mostly made with a child audience in mind. Hi, welcome. This is not my normal kind of content, like to the extent where I'm literally playing on a different person's Minecraft world, and I don't think I've ever done Minecraft content on this channel. Yeah. So, the Peculiar Group. If you've been around the White Fox channel for a while, you'll know who that is, and I might have also made videos about that at some point. I don't actually remember, but I was also a member, which is why I've been given this task of saying why we left. So, if you don't know what the Peculiar Group is, to put it basically, it was a YouTuber group made out of a couple friends at the time. And these people were myself, White Fox, Big Man Tim Tam, or Tim Tam Show, whatever his channel's name is now, Ruined Life, uh, and a couple others, including friend of the channel, Zaleel, who doesn't have any content on her channel at the moment. But she is making some good stuff. I've been looking at it and it's been good. So, I'm gonna stop dodging the point of the video. I didn't understand why White Fox was having trouble making the video until right now. So, why we left. So, I'm just gonna give some brief backstory to sort of help you understand the exact timeline of events of how it came to us leaving. So, White Fox, Big Man, Tim Tam, and Ruined Life were the original three members of the Peculiar Group. Yeah, they started it together as just a friends thing. At the time, it was called the Odd Bunch, but then they realized that that's a Woolworths thing, so they can't use that, and then they changed it to something that didn't sound good. So then they changed it again. uh, yeah, but at the time, they didn't really have that many moral differences between each other. And then, not too long after, me and a couple other people, including Zaleel, joined the Peculiar Group. And it really didn't take too long before certain people started disagreeing with each other. Well, and by certain people, I mean pretty much everyone except for like a couple people. And it wasn't like a minor disagreement or anything. It's just like we have completely moral, like complete moral differences that are very incompatible with each other, and it's basically a ticking time bomb. Uh, so So I'm just gonna explain how I've got like a document here of stuff that like White Fox thought it would be important to put in the video. Just because they just handed it over to me like today. Yep. So, back when they started, they probably had like the opposite political alignments to where they are now. Like, White Fox was more right leaning, Big Man Tim Tam was more left leaning. But neither of them were like really deep into either of the political like alignments. And even now, White Fox isn't really that deep into the left side because they think that there is issues with both sides, and that saying that you completely agree with one side is not good. I guess I don't know. I don't really necessarily agree entirely with that, but you know that's what they said was important to them. So I'm just saying it how it was. So they sort of switched teams at some point, with White Fox becoming more left leaning and Big Man Tim Tam going really far right. And at some point, another member joined, the Diamond Rail, who had the pretty much exact same political alignment when it comes to those sort of issues. And given that there are 3 genderqueer people in the group, that was basically a much more massive ticking time bomb than it should have been. Yep. So we sort of just like ignored it for a while, but it got way too far. Like, we did not like once try and start conversations about, you know, anything to do with being any kind of queer. But they did not care about that. They started the conversations just fine on their own. And by conversations, I mean being very openly bigoted and expecting us to agree with them, even though we very openly did not agree with those opinions. Yep. So, when it got to that point, we were still just sort of trying to cope with it and just not deal with it at all, which wasn't very healthy, I would say. Like, we just weren't acknowledging it to the point where we were just dreading talking to them because we knew that if we talked to them, they would bring it up and we would feel very uncomfortable and, you know, just bad in general. And we were feeling like that quite a bit because they didn't stop talking about it ever. So eventually just got to the point where we just unanimously just sort of decided to just leave. Like, there was like the like not really serious, like, unless like we actually went along with it, but not really serious idea that we'd like take over the Peculiar group and then kick them out. But no, we didn't actually plan on doing that. It was just sort of an idea that was funny to us. And that we were talking about at the time, but no, we just decided to do the much more mature thing and just ghost them. just like block them on all accounts. Actually, I don't know if I blocked them on Steam. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm not going to check now because I'm narrating a YouTube video. Yeah, but we just blocked them and did not explain to them why we left. And then told everyone else who we did not block, such as Ruined Life and 2 other people who were also in the group. We told them why we left. I don't know if they have conveyed that information over. But that's they can if they want. We don't really care. We're not planning on talking to them like talking to Big Man Tim Tam or the Diamond Rail anytime soon. Or really ever at all. We're just done. Should I go into like the full extent of like saying some of the quotes that really that we really got talking about as reasons like why we were leaving because of them? Like White Fox has given me the receipts. I don't know if I'll put any receipts in the videos because, you know, like, leaking DMs is not really that cool, in my opinion. It's like, or even like leaking private voice calls, that's not really that cool, I don't think. That's pretty much just like, that's like a breach of trust, and I don't really want to do that. But also, I think the specific quote that I'm looking at the moment is heinous enough for me to not care if they get mad at me for saying it, because it's just that bad. It's just like, I'm genuinely like getting choked up just looking at it because it's just, ugh. Okay. Right. So, I will tell you one single quote from them, which is pretty much the best way to describe who they were in association with why we left. I think I need to put a trigger warning. I'll just say the trigger warning. Trigger warning for reference to sexual assault. Right? We see where this is going? I'm not saying that they have done that. I don't think they have. They might have, but I don't think they have. But they definitely said something to someone that, you know, references that, so if that is a trigger you have, please, I don't know, skip ahead to, like, the end of the video, I guess, or just leave the video. I'm just trying to give adequate time for the trigger warning to, you know, people to actually do stuff about it. So, whew, this is heavy. This is heavy. Like, my chest is my chest is tightening. It's like, ugh. So, there was a time where they both played Marvel Rivals with each other, and this is quoting them, by the way. They told me about this. I wasn't a part of this. Neither was like White Fox or anyone else. They just decided that they thought it was funny enough to tell us about it, right? So, apparently, according to them, they were playing Marvel Rivals, and there was a trans girl on one of the teams. Right, I don't really know how their chat system works in that game, but it was... And they somehow found out that there was a trans girl in one of the teams, and the Diamond Rail said to that person, like, in
like actually said to that person. Whew, okay. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to relay vocally to someone, so just give me a moment. Ooh. Okay. So the Diamond Rail told that person that they were, and this is a genuine quote, rapeable. That is a genuine quote from that person. Can you see why we left?
Like, that poor girl. God. Okay, yep. That's probably the hardest thing I've ever had to say vocally, to express vocally in my life. Jesus Christ, please help those people. I hope that lady's doing okay after that. That's. God. Like, and they thought it would be cool to tell me this. I don't know why. I mean, one of them knew that I was trans, the other one did not. Like, at all. Unless someone told them, but. And they were, like, laughing about it. Like, genuinely, like, Big Man Tim Tam was telling me the story and laughing about it. That's, like, they were both in the same. They were both in the call with me when they told me this, and it's just like it just got way too much for us. So we just did the responsible thing and got the fuck out. Yeah, so that's why we left the Peculiar Group. For there were other reasons as well, but though that's like the best way to, uh, you know, convey why we left. That's like the easiest way to convey why we left. That poor girl. Yep. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say in this video. Not really. Hopefully more videos will be coming soon. That feels like an inappropriate thing to say after that. But we're getting to the end of the video and, you know, I need to do YouTuber stuff. I need to say the YouTuber phrases, right? You know, right after that insanely sensitive topic that, you know, they also brought up pretty casually without warning me first. This can't help think, but like that poor girl, like just trying to play Marvel Rivals. Christ. Yeah, well, I'll see you in the next video, I guess. Yeah, I guess. See you in the next one. Yep. How? Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.